start opening day. The home opener will find that out. We do know he's on the mound today, and he has looked. Takes the hill. Start number 4 for Mitch Keller. The veteran Kevin Pillar is up from Northport, and he'll be leading seeing Mitch Keller.
You see Mitch's numbers last season, that if he could good command of his breaking pitches.
There's Jack Sawinski. All but one game that he has played and started field. And here now Michael Harris II for his catching ability, and really any offense you get out of him is going to be a bonus. Reynolds back, and Oppo. Harris 1-0. And now Vaughn
out. And that's going to help every fly ball climb over the fence.
Still at the year, an A ball. Cruz, a little shuffle, guns it over to Choi. Traded over. And here's Castro. No, Keller doesn't. Drew McCutcheon. Carlos Santana has 3 hits, including a home run. And Triolo starting 9 against Jared Schuster. Cruz, 300 hitter this spring with a couple of home runs.
Really had great numbers last season, minor leagues. Bad.
He is their top prospect. And that's Cruz.
The last 40 years, you'd have to say, his system.
And that's grounded to Yomar Sunday, first of the spring.
Big swing there. Backed it up.
That changeup is been this spring.
Or just day in, day out. Another changeup. Changeup, and being in a Brave uniform, thought we'd throw that out there.
Spring. Shortstop Grissom. And Jared Schuster enjoys 1 ball, 1 strike. As promised, former Bucco pitcher and longtime Braves pitch before the game.
Right down the middle.
Yep, that arm feeling good, Donnie?
Oh, boy.
No, that's
these days. What is it, 8 years now?
9 years.
9 years.
SCF.
At the former.
We got beat yesterday. You know, the biggest thing I see with these kids now, over home plate. Please. Like this boy right here. I've been watching him. He don't.
Leagues. The 3rd round pick in 1970.
a little bit about what that was like for a young guy to be involved with that.
You know, the first thing that Willie told me when I got to the big leagues.
You see the competitor, by the way, Donnie Robinson, he could hit too.
I guess real well.
You know, to get a little extra.
Diving attempt by Sawinski, 2nd and 3rd.
I give him a lot of runs.
The story that I tell, I always tell the story is that you led the
Till your arm falls off. Because we, look at that.
Oh, foul ball.
Yeah, I might.
You get more than one surgery, right? On the knees, Donnie.
Odd years.
Yeah.
7.
You've been coming here since a young kid.
Right.
The way that not only this ballpark, but Bradenton has fiberglass wall that you couldn't lean up against.
Or.
Keller of out. Is he your pitcher's head?
Yes.
Nice backhand stop. Triolo turns that into a double play, and a nice play by.
Yeah, way.
To his right, you're saying.
Yeah, that way.
They can't see it. He's
The
being like
camera's
me.
not on you.
He's being like me.
Then after that year, we went to. I went home after the season's over. So me and my dad go down to Riverfront, watch the.
Brag about it. And I want to. I told I was going to bring up an example today. Now you were obviously You remember every single moment of that at bat.
Yeah, it was 3-0.
Donnie.
I remember when I was in the game.
As soon as he brought up we were down early, I'm driving home. I was talking about how poorly I had pitched, horrible Ortiz.
Well, you got to tell us that now. Why?
Because he was a catcher. You know,
Keller just threw that one 98. Now this breaking ball's fouled out of play by Sanchez.
You've been a pitching coach.
And I had some Garner, but I want to see my kids.
Yeah.
I didn't see my kids play.
Spring at bats, homer, 5 walks. Joining the booth here, former Bucco.
Right. Played for some good guys.
The great managers, yeah. So you start out with Chuck Tanner. Tell us about Chuck.
AAA club. I just come off elbow surgery. And I just came from Puerto Rico, where I ended up having a really good year. Maybe pitched an inning or two.
It'll be an easy play for Adrianza.
They haven't all been easy this spring.
So anyway, on your radar. So anyway, we had the last meeting. Pete Peterson had taken over as the gentleman. They said, "Well, I guess we got to take him." You better take him, or I quit.
Started that year at the age of 20, 228 innings. That first.
Then he tells me, "All right, you're going to start in Chicago," and I got beat 1-0. Rick Russell beat me.
Wow.
1-0, and I won.
Now Tanner, I mean, he loved you. He liked young players, but he also
until you get 4 years in the big leagues. It's like
how much time we take?
You could talk to John. That's what I try to tell our kids right now.
Anything about what kind of night I might have.
Right.
How I'm going to have to pick.
That's exactly right. You tell you what I would do. I would go in which staff is going to be at our games on the West Coast. Cabell hit a double, made it 7-5. He took me out of the game. Brought Bruce Keeson in. Then we ended up winning like my back of my suit jacket. Sit down. So I sit down, back. And I will bury you. If I ever see you, I don't know when you'll pitch.
Wow.
And then now he's screaming. I'm walking back, and there's Parker and Stargell. And that 7-0 in the first inning. He brings me in the game. I end up going all the rest 8 2/3. We come back and win the game, guys in. And I learned so about how to manage a game from just listening. And another thing too was, you don't have good, if you had a bad night, but he'd make a joke to let you know, what you did might not have been right, but he'd do it in a joking manner. Such a good manager and such a good person, and he'd tell you right where you stood. I mean, you go in and ask him, and you guys might down in that clubhouse down there. He said, "Would you please be my closer?" And I said, "I'm not going to bring you in now, veteran player. I don't want the people in Pittsburgh booing my kids. I want that I was." And then I told him, I said, "Listen, do me a favor. We're going to the West Coast. Give me some easy."
Guy in the bullpen. Get off to a good start. He goes, "Because I'm looking for a left-hander."
Hey, Donnie, unbelievable. What a treat to have